Technology can do. So I'll ask the press to get out, and I'll say you're fired.
Put your camera down.
And by the way, media, happy Thanksgiving.
President Trump at his estate in West Palm Beach in Mar-a-Lago. He is thanking our armed forces overseas, speaking specifically to 5 different groups, really giving a nice message to them, thanking them. It is so hard, obviously, for them to be so far from home. In his remarks, he talked about the big, beautiful tax cut, his big, beautiful tax cut. He told those troops when they came home, they would be seeing all those companies coming to the U.S., bringing jobs back. And he referenced the strong stock market, which is so interesting because we have to remember the stock market is not a direct reflection on the economy. And it's unclear whether those who are overseas actually have any stock investments. So let's bring my panel back in. What did you think of that?
2 things. One, it's nice for the president to do that.
For sure.
Obviously, he's the commander-in-chief. He should be thanking the men and women who serve and protect our freedoms. Maybe I'm overreading this, but it didn't seem to be very authentic. He seemed to be heavily scripted, and maybe, again, I'm reading much more into it. I'm used to a president looking directly into the camera and thanking the men and women, as I mentioned before, thanking them for their service, talking about them and not about me, meaning the president, talking about them and what they're doing and not about, to use his words, a beautiful tax cut. So it was a little bit disjointed. It didn't seem authentic to me, but again, maybe I'm reading much more into it.
Nobody wages culture war as effectively as Donald Trump. And it was amazing to watch him in his message to the troops, doing it right then and there, talking about how the reason we're different is that this administration is letting you do your job. They're letting you fight. These are all cultural signals. The other guys
turned it around in the last 4 months.
Exactly. The other guys, they won't fight. They won't let you fight. We let you fight. That's what you do for us. I mean, that was amazing to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that this is, on one hand, yes, it's an honourable thing to do, obviously, to talk to the troops, but this speech is kind of pockmarked by these political points and these partisan points. The idea that previous presidents didn't let the armed forces do their job. The idea, I think I'm quoting this correctly, that you're fighting for something real whenever the real thing appears to be a booming stock market. I mean, I'm perplexed as to what point that's.
I wondered about that. He said he knew a lot about military families, and he talked about, you know, what they're fighting for is the booming stock market and the tax cuts. And I feel like, you know, when I was a kid and my dad was deployed, I wasn't like super excited that he was being deployed so that we could pursue tax reform. I just kind of wanted him to come home. It didn't like. It just didn't.
Like the Dow Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also somewhat tough to hear him hear the president say, "I know so much about military families." When remember, I mean, the president didn't serve.
Well, I think what the president is doing is, I think he probably thinks I'm speaking to my base. I'm speaking to the people that have probably voted for me. I'm speaking to people that are hardcore Republicans. He may be right. So I think in his mind and probably in the staff's minds, he knows that this is just an extension of his base that just so happens to be in uniform.
Well, listen, we appreciate that he sent that message that while he's down in Mar-a-Lago at his winter estate, he took the time to speak to our troops overseas, because definitely the 4 of us, we do appreciate that they are there.